In North Carolina, legislators have actually made it easier to buy a gun. Gun buyers still need a background check if they buy from a gun store, but not if they purchase from a private seller. Here in New York, background checks are mandatory for all gun purchases. Outside of New York's Federal Plaza Immigration Court, people like Washington will be going in for their hearing without a lawyer, diminishing their odds of being granted asylum. Los Angeles is just one out of the 12 cities nationwide that witnessed abortion rights activists protest on International Women's Day as supporters continue to protect Roe v. Wade from possibly being overturned by the U.S. Supreme Court. An emotional night as New Yorkers remembered hundreds lost to crime. The 38th annual New York City Crime Victims Candlelight Vigil drew survivors and city leaders.
Moms demand action.
District Attorney Alvin Bragg got straight to guns. Many, he says, come from out of state and wind up on city streets.
And so, of course, we will continue to do the work of finding those who do harm, and seeking accountability in the courtroom.
Accountability for this, guns. In this instance, 52 of them. 2 North Carolina men are charged with buying them down there, then bringing them north and selling them to undercover cops in Manhattan. The men will be in court next month.
But at the root of this problem are states with weak gun laws that allow traffickers the ability to source these guns in the first place. And until those states address that problem, we're really putting more and more of a burden on law enforcement.
A sentiment echoed by local leaders last week.
Our criminal justice system is insane.
When House Republicans held a Judiciary Committee field hearing in Lower Manhattan.
Wall Street Americans love this city.
Saying Alvin Bragg's, quote, pro-crime, anti-victim policies have led to an increase in violent crime and a dangerous community for New York City residents.
Americans' taxpayers' dollars are being used to come here on this junket to do an examination of the safest big city in America instead of focusing on the real over-proliferation of guns that we have witnessed.
The ATF says an overwhelming number of the guns used in crimes in New York, 93% of them, come from out of state. Back at the gathering, organizer Diane Ronaldo from Moms Demand Action wants fewer vigils and more crackdowns.
One of the things that can curb that flow of illegal guns that are sold illegally and become crime guns in New York is state laws.
Activists like Diane Ronaldo say that to stop guns from winding up on New York streets, we need to look at other states' laws. In North Carolina, legislators have actually made it easier to buy a gun. Gun buyers still need a background check if they buy from a gun store, but not if they purchase from a private seller. Here in New York, background checks are mandatory for all gun purchases. For Columbia News Service, I'm Vanessa Garcia. Washington Cunalata and his family left Ecuador last October.
Ya llegamos a la frontera, ya cruzamos el río, ya estamos en Estados Unidos.
Escaping persecution, running from violence as gangs terrorized them. I left because of a death threat toward me and my family. They came during the night, holding us at gunpoint at the front door of my home. Washington and his family made the dangerous journey, passing through 6 countries by foot, bus, and boat. From Ecuador to Mexico, more than 2,000 miles in 2 months. Now, they're in New York and facing a new journey, navigating the asylum process so they can stay legally in the United States. What I don't know is how to fill out the form correctly in order to apply for asylum. To navigate the process, applicants need an attorney. Their fees range from $1,000 to $6,000. Washington can't afford that, but he must apply within 1 year of his arrival. Outside of New York's Federal Plaza Immigration Court, people like Washington will be going in for their hearing without a lawyer, diminishing their odds of being granted asylum. Yesterday, Mayor Eric Adams announced plans to allocate more funds to help recent arrivals with legal aid so they can better navigate the asylum process. For Columbia News Service, I'm Vanessa Garcia. Abortion rights activists were chanting in the streets of downtown Los Angeles for the Rise Up for Abortion Rights movement. They rallied outside of City Hall, fearing that the Supreme Court may uphold a Mississippi 15-week abortion ban that challenges Roe v. Wade. Pro-choice advocate Mari Wright rallied alongside abortion rights supporters. She says that no one should have the right to control another person's body.
As a Christian woman, I personally believe that God gave everyone a choice when they were born what they wanted to do, and it's not anyone's right to take that away from anybody.
Anti-abortion protesters were also at the event. Tension rose as the counter-protesters voiced their opinions on abortion.
Disgusting. Well, I'm here to tell you, as a confirmation, that abortion is murder. Telemundo, get this, because abortion is murder.
Anti-abortion advocates displayed Bible verses they believe support their cause. They don't think abortion procedures are a woman's fundamental right to choose. However, Heather, a pro-choice supporter, believes her body shouldn't be up for discussion.
I'm donating my time. Got to make sure that you believe in fight for what you believe in. You know, that's all I want. I just want to be left alone. Leave my body alone. My choice.
Los Angeles is just one out of the 12 cities nationwide that witnessed abortion right activists protest on International Women's Day as supporters continue to protect Roe v. Wade from possibly being overturned by the U.S. Supreme Court. Reporting from downtown LA for Valley View News, I'm Vanessa Garcia. Due to COVID-19, students have shifted to online learning. Since March, many have voiced their struggles as distant education is a new experience for students and teachers. LAUSD educator Natalie Aparicio shares how she's holding up with the new norm alongside her first grade students.
This is my first year working as an actual teacher, so it's really interesting considering the circumstances. There's a minimum amount of time we have to be on Zoom with the kids, but I go over that. Like, there's no way that I stay within the time frame. It's just really hard to balance between how much time should I spend where I'm only talking as opposed to where we're all learning together.
The district is also providing technical support with the distribution of hotspots and computers.
Every student on our campus who needs it has either an iPad or a Chromebook. We've got well over 400 units out there, 400 devices. And I don't even know how many hotspots to help people with their Wi-Fi. We've had just a nonstop, Monday through Friday, all day long, tech device distribution.
Employees from the Beyond the Bell program are also assisting students by organizing class supplies given by their teachers.
With our program, we usually supervise children after school, but at the moment we are helping out teachers gathering packets in order to send out to our students.
60 grab-and-go food centers ran by the district are being offered across the Los Angeles County for students who rely on school meals. The centers provide 2 free meals and run Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. For more information on where to find your local food center, visit the official LAUSD website at achieve.lausd.net. Reporting from Northridge, I'm Vanessa Garcia. Demonstrations in Ottawa became violent Friday as protesters allegedly assaulted officers and attempted to take their weapons. Interim Ottawa Police Chief Steve Bell says that they're in control of the situation on the ground and will continue to push forward to clear the streets. During his first State of the Union address, President Joe Biden talked about the Russia-Ukraine war. So far, the U.S. imposed economic sanctions on Russia and some Russian billionaires. The U.S. sent troops to some NATO countries, and the U.S. gave more military support to Ukraine. He said the U.S. stands with Ukraine and assured Americans that they will be okay. Biden talked about rising gas prices and other financial hardships people face. He says his main priority is getting inflation under control.